So I'm here looking at my bounce plates, and I've got these vibration dampeners here, and they're held on by these 7/16 bolts. On this side where that one was broken off, it was missing a bolt, and I'm sure that probably had a lot to do with that thing breaking off. I also had a parts order come in today, and on that list I had the new style vibration dampeners, but they didn't come in. So I'm just going to use these unused old style. Since I've got to get back in and check out that front roller shaft anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and put these in and replace them at a later date. This anti-idler bracket that we've got has to come out when you've got those new style vibration dampeners, but since I'm staying with the old style, I'm just going to leave it in. And I found in my 5 years doing this that anything that's got the word anti-idler in it ends up causing a lot more problems than it solves. So it's no problem taking that thing out anyway. Okay, now I've got my bounce plates put back together, and I've just opened up my new carpet. So I'm going to take this carpet, I'm going to go wrap it around the bounce plates, and I'm going to set up the camera just the same way I did before, so that you can see me actually lowering the bounce plates back in with the carpet wrapped around it. And it's very clear what I'm doing, and we'll start that here in a second. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that now. So it looks like from here, I've got the vibration dampeners lined up. So what I need to do is get the carpet down around those pit supports and down around these angle irons. There we go. Got everything lined up with the carpet back on. So now I'm going to come through. I'm going to put the nuts back on those posts on the pit support brackets. Then it'll be a rear roller, front roller, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, so now that I've got everything in the machine reassembled, I'm going to take my rear roller and I'm going to run it back through the hole into the carpet. And before I get it seated correctly and everything, I've actually got to come through and I've got to put that pulley on the shaft. So you saw before that the pulley doesn't have enough clearance to come off when the roller is completely seated. So I've got to get it partially seated. I've got to get just enough of this shaft going so that I can get that pulley onto it. And then I actually have to go ahead and put the pulley on so that it'll be ready to go and I can slide it the rest of the way in and I can get everything hooked back up and it'll run correctly. Alright, so the shaft on this rear roller was pretty tore up, so I decided to just go ahead and replace it with a brand new one that I've already redone. I've also got to head and put the front roller back in. And I'm going to use that same tool that we used to pull the cushion rivets through. And I'm going to go ahead and remove those pins. Now, it's important to notice that I haven't tightened down the set screws on this pulley yet. And that's because I want to go ahead and make sure that I've got everything lined up perfectly. And this belt just doesn't wind up popping off after running it for about 5 minutes. So, I'm going to go through, I'm going to take those pins out of the front roller. I'm going to go ahead and hang the cushion back up as well. And then after that, we're going to be done with this rebuild. So I'll be right back when I'm done with a few closing comments, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Alright, so one more thing I just did. I went to take this second pin out and forgot to check and make sure that thing was seated correctly. So it just popped on out of there, and now I've got to fight with that thing and try to get it back in. So try not to make that mistake either.